Welcome back to the Morgan household. Jasmine actually has taken over as the heiress, and she's pregnant with her first child. I was going to wait until Faye moved out, so in other words, once Keith becomes a young adult, to remake the house in Jasmine's style, but I was inspired today, so I decided to just go ahead and do it. And so, of course, I'm going to give you a walkthrough so you can see how it turned out. Trying to incorporate Jasmine's style was interesting. I sort of started with her wardrobe. I sort of view all the outfits they grow up into as being, like their choice, and her tendency went towards black and white and pink. I decided to do the house that way. And also, she just sort of strikes me as having a very interesting, almost fantasy-esque vibe. There's something about her features. I always compared her to the Cheshire Cat when she was younger because she had that smile. And now that she's older, I almost always think of, in The Sims 2 with Veronaville, and they had the, the Summer Dream household. She sort of gives me that aesthetic. So I wanted to tie in a little of that as well. And also, as always, I'm watching through Yami's Let's Play of her 100 Baby Challenge, and I'm on a set of episodes where she made over the house that her Sims moved into one room at a time, and seeing what she did kind of really inspired me. I'm one of those people that's usually pretty lazy about interior decorating just because I'd rather be playing, but this time I decided to put in some effort and add lots of little touches and accessories and things like that, and it's still pretty half-hearted compared to really, really talented interior decorators, but I did my best, so hopefully you'll like it. Okay, here we are in the entryway. There have been a few spring fests, so they've collected quite a number of eggs. I put them in here a while back just because I didn't really have anywhere else to put them. So I suppose as they continue collecting them, the shelves will continue to extend out. I'm not actually even sure how many of the eggs there are in the game at this point, but I guess we'll find out. Anyway, I sort of debated the pink in here, but I thought it was sort of a nice enough, like basic dusky kind of color that it worked. Changed the accents to black all the way around and added in that little rug, and I really liked how it turned out. To the right, we of course have the little half bath. I tried jazzing it up some more in here too, so I went white and black with pink touches. I could not resist the floor mat, especially since it was the right size for this room. I realize it's not quite the same pink as the other pink touches, but such is life. It works. And I wanted something to sort of fill in this wall, so I went with that set of paintings. Across the hall we have the nursery. I really love this wallpaper pattern. I think it's so cute. Somebody, I'm trying to remember who it was, one of the boys I think painted that painting, and it looks like something you could put in a nursery, so I kept it. I'm gonna have to move it down a little bit though now that the walls have that wood paneling. And then since I went with pink as the main color, I decided to go with black and white for the furnishings. Except for the bear, I just couldn't quite bring myself to recolor him. And then we have the main area. Starting over in the skilling area, we have Faye over there fixing up the computer. I am going to replace that desk. I was really hoping there would be some good black or white related options, but there really aren't. But the computer is like the new thing everyone moths to, so I haven't had any time to fix it when there's not someone there, so I'm going to have to take care of that later once everybody goes to bed, I guess. I looked at so many wall coverings before deciding to go with the pink stripes. Again, I think it's sort of a soft, dusky enough pink that it doesn't look like, we've wandered into a candy shop. Nothing against candy shop walls if that's sort of the vibe you're going for, but it's not quite what I wanted for Jasmine. Something like this sort of works with the idea I have of her in my head a little better. I pretty much kept all the same furnishings, I just recolored everything. I added some more little things though, like I added a bunch of area rugs. I went a little area rug crazy, and also plants, as you'll see. But anyway, we have Keith and his plumb bob over here, which I was really hoping would not show up, but I suppose that's life for you. I ended up selling the couch and chair they originally had because there weren't any recolors that suited Jasmine's aesthetic. and so I found these instead, and the chair doesn't quite work, but I like it so much that I don't even care. And there was not a suitable toy box recolor, but I liked the school bus so much that I decided to go with it. And then, last but certainly not least, we have the kitchen. I just love this wall coloring so much. Like, it's one of my favorite changes I've made to the house, I think. It's just that wall coloring. And so then I changed the cabinets to black, a lot of the colors to black for that matter in here, the appliances to pink. I had to do it. I'm not intensely wild about the stove recolor, but I think it looks about as good in here as anything is going to. I love this rug. I was so happy when I came across it because it's just perfect for what I wanted in this space, and I'm super into the flower urn on the wall. Okay, on to the upstairs. I went ahead and did a recoloring of that confetti wallpaper up here. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this version of it, but the colors are right, and I really do like this basic pattern, and I couldn't really find anything else I wanted more, so we're gonna go with it. As always, the sibling pictures are up here. One of the kids got a dollhouse for Christmas, and so there wasn't really any room for it downstairs, so I went ahead and put it in this upstairs hallway, so that's been there a while. Then over here, we now have a laundry area. They kept rolling up the once, you know, to get a washing machine and all that, and I decided, you know, why not? And they have like a billion hampers in the house now, and they still end up like leaving piles of laundry because I'm not used to having them do it yet. But hopefully that'll happen soon. And then last but not least, I got them a little meditation bench, and I moved the mirror that was originally up in this hallway over to this corner. Okay, now for the bathrooms. Here's the first one. I decided to go for pink with black and white accents. I really like how this one turned out. I think that it really sort of captured the aesthetic I was going for really, really well. And I'm kind of proud of myself, if I do say so myself. I'm really not used to putting any effort into bathrooms, and so decorating it at all was quite new for me, and so I'm just quite happy with how it turned out. Meanwhile, we've got the bathroom next door, so I went with black and white with pink touches in this one. I really like this wall pattern, and since the walls were black and white, I went with pink tiles on the floor, and we've got a little rug here, and this was what started the plant craze, was me deciding to put this one on the wall, and then I liked it so much that I was like, I need plants all over this house. I need plants all over all the houses in the world for the rest of my life. And so, yeah, I really like how all three of these bathrooms turned out, if I do say so myself. And now for the bedrooms. So, as always, I have the bedrooms by age stages rather than by particular sims. So downstairs was the toddler's room, and then we have the children's room here. I really like this wall pattern, but it's so much. I just thought it would be a lot if the whole room was done in this wall pattern, so I went with some solid walls to balance it out a little bit. It was hard to find beds that went well with this, that were like suitable for a child's room, so I just went ahead with that design. They don't exactly, you know, like, we're not exactly rolling in money, so I couldn't buy them like expensive beds, but I think this works. And they still have that books poster, and I really wanted to get the balloon lamps for this room because it seemed like something Jasmine would want. And so instead of those strung up lights that used to be on the walls, I went ahead with the standing balloon lamps, and I thought it turned out really cute in here. Next door to the children is the teenagers' room. For right now, Faye is going to be staying in here too, and I feel bad about kicking her out of her room, but I just kind of thought, you know, like, it would be weird if Jasmine is using, shall we say, the bed while it's still Faye's bed, so I just went ahead and had the master suite turned over to her. And so Faye and Keith are going to be sharing this room while they're here. And I grappled with the beds for so long because I wasn't entirely sure if this print worked or not. But now that it's all set up and done, I do think it more or less does. I feel like I could do a little more work with it, but overall, I'm quite happy with it. And then we have the master bedroom. Should we call it the mistress bedroom? This is the matriarchy. I love the brick, but again, I felt like the brick would have been a little much. It could have just been a little stark if the whole room was done like that, so I did partially pink walls and partially brick walls. I love the cherry blossoms on the wall. I love these prints. I switched out the end tables, but I recolored Faye's candles, and I just thought the cat succulent was too perfect for I always call her Drusilla, for Jasmine. I never use curtains. I'm too lazy to try to figure out which ones work, but I sort of stumbled on those, and I was just like, I like it. And then I recolored the armoire that Faye had, and I went ahead and, put up some artwork, and I just really like this space. I think it's quite a good room for her. The backyard is pretty similar to what it was before. I put a little yoga mat on the porch, and I moved the chess table out onto the porch too, so that I could put the Don't Wake the Llama game in the family area. The toddler play extravaganza thing is still in the backyard, the pool's still here, and I did add a little kiddie pool, so that then the toddlers can use it too. And that's about it. That's the house. I really hope that you like this new look, and thank you so much for watching.